Hello. Today I'm going to be sharing my career lifeline. My name is John Kinnemer. I'm in my final semester in the Master of Counselor Education program. So basically my kind of career plan started in between birth and elementary school. The most first event that I remember distinctly was in the third grade when I had a project writing about our career goal, what we wanted to do. And in that, I talked a lot about my dad, James. He was my biggest role model kind of growing up. He is a biochemist. He's worked in pharmaceuticals, basically everything in pharmaceuticals you can think of, he's done except for pills. And I really thought I was going to pursue something in the field of science for a long time. And in that project, going back to that, I remember talking about him a lot and just how I looked up to him, and I still look up to him in the ways that he makes career decisions and knows and the knowledge he has involving professionalism. So adolescence was a time where my career kind of goals started to shift a little bit more. I was very shy kid in elementary school. I wasn't a huge talker. I kind of came in and did what I was asked and that. Not much more. And now in middle school, soccer started becoming much bigger in my life. And from this, I started to form a lot of relationships and bonds, both in school and outside of school. There was no distinct event that I would say that really stands out during this time period of like saying this is what I want to do. But I do remember starting to shift more from wanting to do something in science to wanting to do something where I get to kind of help and work with other people. Growing up, we moved around a lot from my dad's job, and just that a bit moving and being involved in different sports really taught me how to have conversations with different people, which I think translates to the counseling field. Teenager and high school. So high school really started where I started getting more focused and where I wanted to help people. So I had a great teacher named Josh Davis. He was the art teacher. He was very charismatic, very kind, always went the extra mile with you, and he kind of was my role model of why I wanted to go into education. He would constantly help you go out of his way in whatever way he could. And so what I started to do is when getting towards my last year, I was like, what should I major in? And it kind of became more clear that I should do something within the field of education. As you can see, I'm a beautiful artist in Microsoft Paint. So young adult, there's me on the right. So this is during my undergraduate at East Carolina. So this isn't a particular event either. It's just over time and progress and kind of shaping my decisions. So I was really involved in this ministry called Young Life. Young Life is an outreach ministry geared towards forming relationships with people, sharing the gospel with them. So I got placed at a high school in the area. And so from there, I kind of started to learn how to talk to different people from all different walks of life, and cultures and diversities, and really embrace them. I got placed at a high school in the area, and in that, Young Life kind of shaped that I wanted to do a job. It kind of hammered home that I was where I wanted to be with helping other people. And I kind of chose Young Life over some campus jobs that I could have done at ECU. So that I could work in the summer at these camps because I knew probably wouldn't get to when I get older. So after completing my undergraduate, I started teaching at actually the school I led with at, which was South Central. And I had a very unique experience as a first year teacher. I had a very large caseload of 32 students and doing their IEPs and special ed. As well, I had a lot of classrooms that were above state capacity, so that was very challenging, especially when they were fourth period, and that's when kids are bouncing off the walls. And I will always say the kids and the students and the interactions with faculty I loved, but the clinical stuff was very taxing on me, and it made it very hard for me to feel like I was where I was supposed to be. And that kind of led me to the thought and the idea and the decision to kind of return to school to go to counseling, because I knew I could be in a setting where I get to help people more the way I want to. And so I chose to go back to school because of that reason. There's no distinctive end again, but it was this process over time where I learned just more and more. It became more and more apparent what I wanted to do. And then present, that kind of takes me up to today. I've been working in higher education now for a good long while, and that's always been my concentration in the counselor education program. I've really enjoyed the work that I get to do and the help I get to provide to students. I've been a graduate assistant in career services for almost 2 years, and I've done my practicum and internships in academic advising and college business. And both those really allow me to serve the student body. And I've really enjoyed the opportunities I have to help other people, in particular the students, in the manner which I get to impact them more than I felt that I got to do when I was teaching. And that is my career